I've been asked to speak to you today about HUPAC, the political arm of NAHU. I've been involved in raising money for HUPAC for over 20 years. I've been blessed to have a good insurance career and to be successful enough to share my good fortune with HUPAC. And they have honored me 4 times with the Michael Gray Award, an award for the most participation by an individual in any given year. I have always felt blessed that my career has been good enough to allow me to give back. But in a manner of speaking, I was being selfish in giving to HUPAC because I wanted them to help protect my business. Because you see, that is precisely what HUPAC does. It protects all of our careers and business interests. I believe that so much that even though I have now been retired from selling insurance for over 33 years, and while I no longer have any income from selling, my appreciation of HUPAC over these many years in the past still makes me comfortable to continue being involved. I contribute these days to help HUPAC protect your business. I hope that you will join me, because if you don't help to cover your blind side, who will? Now, you may ask yourself, what do I mean by covering your blind side? A few years back, there was a movie pulled from real life about a lady who took into her home a young high school student by the name of Michael Orr. Those of you who know football know that Michael grew up to be a college and NFL great. Michael's story was turned into a movie titled The Blind Side. In The Blind Side, something is said at the very start of the movie that demonstrates what I mean. The voiceover is of the mother explaining how a quarterback is the highest paid player on an NFL team. And usually the second highest paid player is the left tackle. That trend came about because of an outside linebacker named Lawrence Taylor, who ended quarterback Joe Theismann's career on Monday Night Football when Taylor smashed Joe to the ground from his blind side, snapping his leg in half. It is said in the movie that every family knows that each month the first check you write is for the mortgage, but the second is for the insurance on that home. The left tackle's job is to protect the quarterback from what he can't see coming, to protect his blind side. Left tackle is the insurance policy. Likewise, HUPAC is our left tackle, guarding your blind side. I suspect that someone out there is listening and saying, I don't have a blind side in my business, I know about my business. And that's kind of funny, because the reason it's called a blind side is you can't see it. You can't see it until it steamrollers all over you unexpectedly. Now, what might be your blind side for next year? Forgetting politics, there is a case before the Supreme Court that will challenge whether the Affordable Care Act is legal or not. No matter how you feel about that law, can you imagine what will happen if the Supreme Court strikes down the law? With that law gone overnight, what will happen in Congress as they scramble to put some alternative into place? The Congress is not going to allow hundreds of thousands of people with pre-existing conditions to suddenly overnight lose their coverage. If HUPAC is not on site persuading and educating the senators and representatives who will be trying desperately on very short notice to get some substitute bill into place, if HUPAC is not there, then some other group will be taking our place, and the other group may not have your best interest in heart. Now, don't misunderstand me. HUPAC can't buy a vote. HUPAC money allows us to access a legislator in order to make a compelling argument in favor or in opposition to some issue. An issue that may be your blind side that you may never see coming. You have a second blind side, and it's complacency. Over the last 4 years, our current administration in Washington has reduced, delayed, and detoured many regulations that have been negative for our industry if a different person had been president. We haven't had a significantly major set of changes concerning the ACA in almost 4 years. What happens if the party that controls the White House changes hands in 2021? If the ACA survives its Supreme Court challenge and a new set of regulators move in to restart the type of constant changes that we saw in prior years, who is going to be there to try and convince those regulators and those in Congress who oversee the regulators not to do one thing or to do another thing? Your blind side is that you have likely forgotten how difficult it was for you and your clients when new regulations were coming at you right and left 4 years ago. A restart of the worst sort of regulations that are possible is something that will hit you from the blind side and you will never see it coming. Now, you might say to me, okay, I'll wait and see what happens and then give a donation if I need to at that time. The problem is you'll be too late. Just like the quarterback needs his protection in place before he gets hit, likewise, NAHU needs HUPAC in place before the worst happens. I've worked for 2 decades to support HUPAC in order to protect my business and yours. I don't have that business anymore, I'm retired, but I'm still willing to work to help protect your business. And if you don't help me to support yourself, who will? Your support of HUPAC is key to maintaining NAHU's effectiveness in helping to protect you. Do something today about protecting you and your business by going to nahu.org and clicking on the HUPAC link in order to start a monthly contribution through your checking account or your credit card. Doesn't have to be a huge amount. Every little bit helps every month. Even $12 at the supporter level goes a long way. If you are blessed with a particularly successful business, then give more to protect it. $30 a month gets you into the 365 Club with all the benefits that come to you at that level of support. In the Blind Side movie, the mother said, pay the house mortgage first and then the insurance on it. Your house mortgage is your business and your job. NAHU and HUPAC is your insurance. It's time to write a check to insure one of your most treasured possessions, your livelihood and the quality of life it returns to you. Let's make sure that our left tackle is there to protect your blind side. Thanks for listening today.